Boom. And we are live with another episode of the Brown Water Banter podcast. My name is Jared Seymour.
My name is Joey Cage.
That's right. And we have a great show for you lined up. We have Captain Mike from
That's
the
right.
Biloxi Shrimping Trip. And I just learned right before we went live, you even got a fishing thing going on now that we're going to talk about on the episode this evening. Yeah. So a lot going on over there. But before we jump into the episode, man, I think y'all know right where we're headed. We're going to thank the people that keep the lights on over here. Dr. Robbie Williams and his friendly staff over at Southern Magnolia Smiles, man. They've been with us for a couple years now. And we really appreciate the support. If you're looking for a great local dentist, they're located on Washington Avenue in Ocean Springs. Give them a call and book that appointment at 228-215-1202 and tell them that you heard about him from the Brown Water Banter podcast. Jesse Hill and his team over at Hill Tree Marketing. If you're looking for a website built for any reason, maybe you're a small business or a content creator, you need a website built. He can take you from no concept to a professional website, all in one and a one-stop shop. And more importantly, he's here local. Yep. So go over to hilltreemarketing.com. That's him and his team here flashed up on the screen. But at hilltreemarketing.com, you can see some of the local brands that he's worked with, some of the websites that he's built, and you won't be disappointed, man. Full service videography, photography, IT, the whole nine, take you to a legit online presence on the internet. And Taylor and Cox Law Firm, man, we've been working with them for a little while as well. We're super proud to have them on board with the show. That is our buddy. That's Calvin there. I got to update the photo on this thing.
Yeah,
that's
Calvin's
Calvin there.
Man now.
Yeah, Calvin done moved on up.
He's the man now.
He's a judge now. But still, we got Tyler hanging out over there. They had 30 years of legal representing people here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, based out of Pascagoula, and they specialize.
Slow down, Turbo.
Right. It's been a minute since we did an episode.
That's right. You got to warm them cheeks back.
I got to get the tongue, the pronunciation back. They specialize in criminal law, family law, and civil litigation defense. So give them a shout over at 228-696-0111 if you need some, representation. So there we go. I got through that pretty quickly. I'm pretty impressed.
Yeah, hold on.
We stumbled once.
Yeah, we got to mention Mr. Kenny's tournament too.
Okay.
We got it going on Ocean Springs Marine Mart. You know, Mr. Kenny, June 3rd and 4th. All the stuff's right here. If you need more information, call that number right there.
Can't see the number. Like good enough. Like read it out.
875-0072. You know, Mr. Kenny puts on a great tournament, and he always sponsors us. So we're gonna scratch his back as well.
Yeah,
inshore. Go see Mr. Kenny. Yeah, inshore. You got offshore division. You got cobia and snapper, and you got inshore redfish, speckled trout, flounder, and triple tail.
He always gets the meals.
He always does.
He gets the meals.
Yeah,
he gets it in.
So here we go. Let's jump right into it then. The Biloxi Shrimping Trip. I know that boat. I've seen that boat 1,000 times running around there behind. I guess it'd be the north side, Deer Island. It's pretty much where y'all stay.
We don't go that south side. That's
it's too much. Well, now especially, But stay behind the barrier island, let it do its job, so you don't have to fight quite as much chop. I know sometimes it gets pretty bad in there, but overall, it's an iconic thing for me. Growing up here my whole life, I've always seen it. Do y'all get to take people out on I read your website, 70-minute shrimping excursion? And give people a little bit of taste of what it's like here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Is that right?
That's it. That's what we do. I've owned the boat since a couple of years after Katrina.
Okay.
The dates all kind of run in together.
Yeah,
it's been a while.
But when you down on that engine and you're turning wrenches on her,
mm-hmm.
and you hear some guy pass by and he's like, "Man, I went on that boat on a school trip from Biloxi High, marine biology," and you look at him, he's 80 years old. You're like,
yeah.
It is the original boat. She's been doing the same thing since 54. She was commissioned 52, 53. And it's an honor to own her. It really is. It's there's been 7 families own her, and
really
we've owned her for, I guess 15, 16, 17 years. I'm not quite sure. It all runs in together. But it's been a good ride, and we've made an honest living at it. We have a good time showing people about Biloxi.
I'm going to pull that up because it is such an icon.
Yeah, take us around the boat. Tell us the hull, tell us the make. What is it?
It was built by Lionel Eleuteris, right there near where Rebel Boat Work is right now.
Okay.
Where they had like that high and dry storage thing years and years and years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Even further down that canal that's all grown in, that's where Lionel's boatyard was. Ironically, I bought it from Corey Eleuteris, which was Lionel's nephew. It's just kind of funny how things everybody's kind of touched the boat at one time or another that's owned it, but many families from Biloxi that everybody knows, the Scrimettis owned it, the Thornton family owned it, Lewis Gornflow was the one that commissioned and had it built. And Gornflows are like some of the first seafood family in,
Yeah.
in the whole Gulf Coast. If you ever heard of Schultes, a famous photographer out of Biloxi, his photography is actually in the Smithsonian. A lot of those photos came off the sailfish.
Really?
Okay.
He was second owner, but we're the seventh family to own it. It's kind of cool. When I was a kid, my uncle used to actually drive it for the Thornton family when they owned it. And it was my daycare.
Yeah.
So next thing you know, here I am. I'm the one driving it.
Yeah.
So you're
So
like,
you got to
wow.
roll around the boat as
Yeah.
a kid. Now you get to drive it as an adult.
Yeah. So it's been cool. And bottom line, we get to show tourists, people from around the world, and also some of our kids that get to go in the school groups. We get to show them, hey, this is where you come from. This is Biloxi. This is our culture.
I'm gonna
Absolutely.
flash it on the screen like Joey told you. There'll be a little bit of delay. It should kick off over there. Oh, we didn't
Yeah.
get that one. No, that's all right.
Hold
But
on.
just kind of describe the boat to us. It's the picture that's
I
your
can't.
Facebook profile picture. Click over, Joey,
Well,
on the search tab. You might be able to see
Most
it.
of our listeners are
Probably from
or
yeah.
local.
Oh, for sure.
And so
for
everybody
sure.
knows what
Yep.
a Lafitte skiff is.
Yep.
At the end of the day, we all known for our Biloxi luggers, but this boat's more like a Lafitte skiff, and 2/3 of the boat is cabin.
Yep.
And if you take that cabin off, you got a Lafitte skiff that can get in about 2 foot of water.
Okay. And
Yeah.
how big is this boat? Length.
It's 40 foot.
Okay.
It's 40 foot. It's about 13 feet wide, and we hold 49 passengers. We
Okay.
allowed 20 people upstairs. We allowed 49 people on the boat. But what we're proud of is, bottom line, the boat's been around forever.
Yeah.
And we were having issues with it a couple of years ago. I just knew Father Tom was going to catch up with us. And we received a grant from the Gulf Coast Heritage Area.
Okay.
Not this past year, but the year before. And it was a 50% matching grant that we were able to get. Me and my wife saved up the coin to do the other 50% match to do a complete renovation on the boat.
Okay.
And we changed 55 frames. We changed the bow stem. And we also changed every single plank from the waterline up. That boat's going to be around for another 70 years.
Well, that's
There
good.
we go.
Yeah. That's
We
good to hear.
we spent we lost roughly about 2 months, 3 months of season. We were on the yard for 5.5 months.
Really?
We even closed down 1 month early to make sure we had enough time to make the season, and it went over. I mean, it is what it is when you're playing around with a wood boat, weather,
Yeah.
Right.
everything else that goes involved in it. But we used choice cypress. We used everything that we did. We went overboard on 316 stainless steel. It was $85,000 worth of repairs. It ended
Good
up being.
Lord. Good.
Yeah. It ended up being a pretty good hunk of cheese, but we had a grant to match a pretty good bit of it.
Yeah.
We went over the cap on that. We had to come out of pocket a little more on it.
Bust out another 1,000.
Yeah. BOT, baby.
Uh-huh.
It happened. You ever hear of TLC? Truckload of cash.
Yeah, that's what it takes. Yeah, so one of these things, there ain't no doubt about
Truckload
that.
of cash.
But at the end of the day, I mean, she's been good to us. We need to be good to her, and I would hope to see my family own it later on. But if someone else passes it down, she's in great shape, and she's going to be here. We came about this close to building a brand new Newton, a boat that's built over in Slidell. We had the loan. We went through committee, did everything. And the word got out that we were going to do that, pretty much we'll put a bullet in that old girl's head.
Yeah.
Oh, you couldn't do it. You couldn't do it.
Yeah. And, I was like, oh, well, I'll keep it up and I'll put it to the side. Maybe we'll turn it into office in the marina, or we'll do this and we'll do that. We're coming up with all these things. And before you know it, you start having people come by. It's like, man,
Can't do that.
you
Yeah.
can't do it. You can't do it, And
It's a piece of their heart sitting there.
And that little buzz of me buying or trying to go build another boat kind of helped me, get in a position to say, hey, these are opportunities you have. I had a couple people help me steer and say, hey, call this one, do this, do that. And before you know it, we worked on it for a couple of years and hit the grant, and she's still floating. So history's riding, baby.
That's awesome, man.
That's the same girl from 52, 53.
One of the comments that already came through, Angie Holland said that her grandpa helped build that boat. She said that Shannon Eleuteris is her grandfather and it's Corey's uncle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And she said that it always makes her smile knowing that his work still graces the waters here today.
There it is.
Like
There
you
you
said,
go.
people showing up saying,
Yeah,
you can't do
yeah.
that.
I'm telling you right now, man, we can go on stories for days of just folks from that area, coming by and telling me, hey, thank you.
Thank you for putting it back on the water.
You kept it in the
Yeah.
water.
How many overhauls you think it's had in its lifetime? Major.
That was the first big one.
Real okay.
Yeah. Back right there at right before, right around the oil spill time. Around here we all
Oh, yeah.
relate to major
Oh,
events.
yeah, yeah,
Right
yeah.
around Hurricane
Pre-Katrina,
Katrina.
yeah,
Pre-Katrina
yeah.
or pre-oil spill.
Yeah. Right after the oil spill, we changed a third of the front, and we did it ourselves. We did a good job on it, but it wasn't a professional, someone that does it all the time
Right.
do it. And then, just recently, locally here in Ocean Springs, Matthew Hinton, over at Harris Boat Works.
Okay.
He's, I guess Matthew's in his mid-30s or something like that. He's an old soul.
Oh, yeah?
That boy has a gift at Wood Boat Works. He really does. He did a hell of a job on the boat, and I'm glad that I was able to run into him to have him do the work.
He was
There ain't
kind of,
nothing about
everybody
that.
says they're born before their time. He was kind of born after.
Right.
their time, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I mean, it's to have somebody his age to know what he knows. I mean, he's really, really, really a talented a boat person.
And that's probably like a dying art, right?
Oh,
The
absolutely.
ability to work on wooden
Wooden
boats
boats.
or build wooden boats like
there's,
that.
There's only a few of them left.
Yeah.
And one, we as a community, we just lost Bill Holland.
Okay.
Yeah, Bill Holland just passed away not long ago, and I mean he was somebody known
That was the old.
nationwide.
Okay.
Wasn't he the one in D'Iberville at the
Yeah.
foot of the bridge?
Yeah,
Built
yeah.
all them
Oh,
brown,
oh.
beautiful boats.
Well, main thing he done is so much restoration
Yeah.
from everywhere, and he's taught people. I mean, anybody around here that's from wood boats, that's let's say Matthew's age,
Right.
he knew Bill quite well.
Right.
I mean, bottom line, the man taught so many people, but yeah, people like Bill passing away, and you got a couple others that are retiring, saying that, hey, I don't want to do this anymore. There ain't many people that do it anymore, so. I am lucky that I was able to get all the work done that I needed to do, and we used the proper grade materials and everything to make sure it's happened. So
if you're looking for a good market,
for
a good market to get into, wooden boat repairs wide open.
You ain't kidding. But regardless, the biggest thing about the sailfish and what we do is the boat. There ain't no doubt about it. For locals, tourists, they want to go on a shrimp trip and they, they go fishing and they don't know much. But someone around Biloxi, how many times you pass down Highway 90 early in the morning and you seen that boat just putting down
every
the
time?
spot?
I mean, or
when we're going
fishing
fishing or any of that.
Yeah. So I mean, it's kind of like part of the landscape.
Yeah, or when you got to slam down to an idol because he's pulling your net right at you.
Thank you. We need to cover wakes.
Yeah. I just saw one on the Qualified Captain where some big boat just smashed a sailboat into the pier. Man, people don't. They don't know, but I figured we talk a lot about like heritage and stuff, for Biloxi, Mississippi Gulf Coast, whatever, with this topic, but it doesn't get more Biloxi or more Gulf Coast than shrimping to me.
Yeah.
And the fact that y'all are taking people, I would assume your clientele, is it mainly out of towners or locals or what is it? A lot of locals are out of towners nowadays, right? It's kind of changed.
Me and my wife specialize in group travel. We'll actually go to motorcoach shows, group travel shows to get people before they pick any destination to travel, to bring some of these senior tours or just group tours in general, to come to the Gulf Coast.
Absolutely.
To come to coastal Mississippi. We'll go beat the door down to get our own business. And meanwhile, we make a group travel package where they go to the Seafood Museum, go with us. They get a shrimp boil.
Y'all put all this together?
Yeah. We've been doing it for years.
You sweeten it in the pot.
Right. Yeah. We'll go to those
Absolutely.
shows. We'll go to the shows and we'll beat them doors down. And the business that we're chasing down is a year out, year and a half out, 2 years out, and that helps us during the slow time.
But they're coming. The snowbirds coming. Everybody else is coming.
We're hitting Wisconsin. We're hitting. Just anywhere, drive around distance, 8-10 hour way type of thing that we're trying to get people to stay more than one night, stay in 2 nights. So they're not just going on the shrimp trip; they're doing a lot of other things.
Right.
And we're selling the culture. People want to know about our food. People want to know about this. They want to know about that. So we try to make a creative package that covers all the bases. But in general, people that are coming down or Louisiana, Arkansas. Right now, we just got done with spring break in general, and it's funny. Our first spring breakers are Canadians. Middle of February, they start coming down. We start seeing Canadians come down.
Oh, it's probably like summer down here. And they're like, flip flops and everything else.
And then after that, you start seeing some Europeans come through, and then next thing you know, you start seeing Ohio and Texas do it all at the same time, and then you start seeing Louisiana. It's kind of neat to see how everybody takes a spring break at a different time.
Right.
Our spring break season lasts about 6 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, it lasts about 6 weeks. So we keep it rolling from there. And right now to be our slow time until the summer hits.
So you got about a month till school gets out,
Yeah,
and then you'll be rocking and rolling.
But you, my friend, are my friend right now. You know why? Starting tomorrow, I got nothing but school groups.
There you go.
I got they're coming through. I'm fixing to have those little, and that's that 70-year-old guy saying, "Man, I remember being on that boat."
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, what's crazy, and we talk about this all the time, and like our kids and the way we grew up, you had to be on the boat. You had to be on the pier. You had to be fishing. You had to be doing something. But I know a lot of people around here who've never been to Deer Island, who've never been to Ship Island, who've never been shrimping. You know, it's weird.
Yeah. Well, we got a lot of transplants now, I think, too.
Oh, yeah.
What we got?
His calendar. That I just,
oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's pile of them.
Starting tomorrow, we start
St. Martin, all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
Well, that's good though. I mean, because again, whether you're giving that experience to Canadians, Europeans, people from Louisiana, which they got it in their hometown too, but or the younger generations coming up. My point I was saying is like, there's been a lot of families that have moved in here post COVID,
transplants,
1,000 different reasons why, like. Back in my dad's generation, a lot of the families had been here for years and years and years and years, right? I don't think there was as many new families that there are now, right? And so those newer families, they don't necessarily have grown up in this culture, on the water with the shrimping, and so it gives their children a chance to experience that.
You know what we're getting is so many folks retiring here,
right?
And it's California. Believe it or not, a lot of people retired to Arizona, but a lot of people from Arizona is coming here this way too. And we're like a huge spot for Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're actually starting to see New Yorkers. And I can't help but ask when they come on the boat, and you see them come 1 or 2 times, and before you know it, they'll have a friend come, or they'll have this or that. And you'll have that same person bring in 2 or 3 people. I'm like, did you just move here? Not yet. I'm looking for a place.
See, we got to watch that. We got to watch that. That's really great for business, but we got to watch that. We don't want all these New Yorkers down here in California.
You got to assimilate.
That's right.
I think that's the right
You
word.
adapt, man. You got to adapt.
I know.
But what happens?
Become one of us.
That's right.
But it's funny. The California people that come here, they come here because 1, they like it. 2, believe it or not, they're a lot like us. So the ones that are moving here, that's why they're moving here.
Well, it's cheap.
Yeah,
it is super cheap.
I had a lady tell me she's making 25% of her money by moving here, by selling her stuff.
For sure, especially if she's like an online, does business, online or something.
She's probably got the same house some of us have that's $1 million in California, and we can buy it for $250,000. You know what I'm saying?
For sure here.
I have had so many folks come on the boat that are moving here.
Yeah.
And that's wild. I mean, I just think it's crazy. They want to know, they hear about, hey, if you want to know about what Biloxi's about, go on that little shrimp trip. Go take that little ride.
I love that. I didn't really think of that. I didn't really think about how you get your, influx of customers. I just figured they see a brochure or something, whatever. But the fact that you're going out and hunting them down states away in group trips, I mean, that's great, exposing people to that.
The 2 things I remember growing up, always saw the shrimp tour and the little ferry train ride that used to run down the beach. Remember that thing?
Oh, yeah. It's
That's
still
Carla Sue.
It's still there.
Is it still there?
Yeah.
She does it, and she'll drive around town, and she does a really good job at showing the folks where there's something else to do as well.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Toward the end of our tour, I got this is selfish reason why I do this. Me and my wife used to run the trip together. Now she helps get business and answers phones and tries to make sure that we're running the business the way it needs to be.
She handles the money.
Yeah.
You're right. The good stuff.
Yeah. And I'm at home doing what I got to do. Well, I'm at the boat doing what I got to do. But when we were working together, we would try to go eat for lunch, and someone would constantly be like, "Hey, where to go eat? Where do you do this? Where do you do that?" Before you know it, we didn't have time to eat because we've been answering questions the whole time. So the last 15 minutes of our trip, got it as an infomercial.
Let me answer all these questions.
Yeah.
Here's a brochure. Here's a brochure. Here's a brochure.
Yeah, and I try to local restaurants, and I don't censor it. And if someone says that, well, go ahead, say it. If you had a bad experience, let's hear it.
Right, absolutely. That's what it's all about.
Let's do it. But I go from Mary Mahoney's all the way down to Aunt Jenny's to this, and that, and I try to tell them about all the local spots from high end to down to getting down and dirty, get a burger.
And
Burgers,
that's the best because, like, I know when I go somewhere, you got to do Google if you don't know somebody like you in the new town, right? You do Google reviews and you try to read up on stuff. But I always know leaving that town, it's like I didn't get.
Yeah, I don't want an Applebee's.
No,
I don't want Longhorn. I want the little mom and pop hole in the wall, frying shrimp in their living room,
or whatever their
out
cuisine,
their front window.
Whatever the cuisine is where you're at, right?
And what I end it with is saying, hey, if anybody wants to know what Biloxi's all about or the Gulf Coast is about, you got to have a shrimp po' boy, cup of gumbo, and a Barks root beer
in a bottle.
In a bottle.
Yeah.
If you didn't do it that way, you didn't live it.
You didn't get it.
Man, I mean, some of like my best. Joey talked about it earlier. We growing up being near a pier or something like that. Some of the best memories I have as a kid was going on. We had a 25-foot Lafitte skiff that my dad shrimped on for a hobby, not for a living, right? But we loaded up and go to the island and hang out and sleep in the picking box on the way home. And I'd go shrimping at night. We'd do some night drags, and it's just it's a great experience, And y'all are letting people see that. Yeah. So what are some of the responses you get from people, whether their family history of they've seen it before, or like somebody that's just totally out there from Wisconsin that doesn't never seen any of that?
We'll see both. We get the guys from Louisiana that's here on vacation to show their kids, and you can tell them, they're like, yeah, that's a few pounds.
Right.
And then next thing you know, you see the person from the other side of the world freaking out that you caught a little bitty crab. And then next thing you know, you catch something really crazy and they go nuts. Last week we caught cow rays in the net.
Okay.
It's actually on our Facebook if you look at it.
Okay.
We don't normally get cow rays inside.
They're usually all sit on Ship Island.
Yeah, that channel. The salinity is pretty high right now.
Okay.
So they're heavier than what they look. I'm sitting there holding this thing. It's about 45, 50 pounds. I'm sitting there like that, shaking it.
We foul hook them on Ship Island, and you do not want to catch one of those.
Yeah.
Your rod is going.
Yeah. I actually foul hooked one this morning. We went drift fishing in a smaller boat this morning, right over those rocks in front of Golden Nugget.
Yeah.
We hooked up on 2 or 3 of them there this morning. But they're up and down that channel right now. And when you bring that big old ray on the boat, people were freaking out like you wouldn't believe. Some ran, some.
I remember like being a kid, and you dumped everything out on the picking box and just seeing all the bycatch and the puffer fish and the eels and the stingrays and stuff. I mean,
get the puffer fish and blow them up.
Yeah, and throw them back over. When you're a kid, you can't. There's nothing cooler than that.
For the record, baby shrimp are in the channel right now. There's babies and babies and babies right now. Our brown shrimp season for our guys. If we can dodge the weather that's might happen in the next couple of weeks or whatever.
Yeah, if we don't get too much
we can keep
fresh
it dry.
water.
If we can keep it dry right now. We're catching a lot of baby browns. They're about yay big right now. I'm catching 5, 10, 15 pounds of baby.
Really?
It's pretty good right now. The past few days has been good. So,
explain
the guys good.
Explain your process. So we meet you at the dock behind where do y'all load up?
Well, there's a couple ways you can do it. If anyone's interested in going on the shrimping tour, you can book online.
Okay.
You can get on our website. You can click, and we use a service called Fair Harbor, and it's $30 a person to be able to get on. It's been really great for us because a lot of the people that's in the millennial age and younger, they own that phone. They can't help themselves.
Absolutely.
If they can't pay it by phone, it ain't going to happen. So it's been great. It's been really great. We also allow people to pay $25 at the dock, cash.
Okay.
Yeah. If you want to save $5, you can hop on
cash king
and rock and roll that way. And then we have a whole nother product that I advertise. Main ways that we get business for a fishing trip is I advertise it on the shrimping trip. The shrimping trip's got good volume, and we'll start advertising to customers that's on board. Hey guys, we do a trout trip. We have a lady, her name is Sheila, and her number is 228-257-8357. Sheila handles our bookings for our
I've been in contact
trip.
with her for the past 2 weeks.
You get it.
She's very responsive.
You get on the boat, you get on the phone with Sheila, and it takes 10 people at $50 a person, and we go trout fishing inside the basically exactly where we drag the trawl.
Right.
And during the summertime we really do well, but this year the fishing happened early. We've been catching trout like crazy. We've been catching a few redfish. We don't tell people we catch redfish. We don't want them excited about getting a redfish.
Right. And not get one. Yeah.
But about 50% of our trips we've been landing a redfish. We've probably landed 5-6 redfish already this year. A couple black drum. Some flounders.
We were talking about before we went live. That was something I didn't realize that y'all did. So that's
that's
a separate thing.
Yeah, two different entities, right?
Two different entities. Same boat.
Right.
Same boat. Okay.
Yeah, same boat.
Yeah.
We will go fishing on the sailfish 6:30 to 9:30 in the morning, and when there's enough daylight, which we already started, 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock, we'll go fishing. And one day I got dreams of having a night trip, but I don't have enough workers. But maybe somebody has a captain license; they can help me with that. You know.
Angie Holland does.
Yeah.
Angie Holland does. She does. Yes, I heard she would love to drive her great uncle's boat or uncle's boat for sure.
So you do the fishing in the morning on that boat, and then drop those people off, pick the next group up, and then do the shrimp tour.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
We never interfere in shrimping trip times because we got every visitor center and every concierge and everything around that promotes us. Because one thing we got a reputation for is.
Hey, she said she's in.
There you go.
There you got one.
She's got 100-ton too. She took the same class I did.
People that show up. People show up. We go. You know, we got a reputation when that boat runs, and we try to make sure that visitors are happy.
Right.
Yeah.
So we try to make sure that we don't interfere in shrimping trip times. We make sure that works. But fishing early in the morning, late in the afternoon, we do it, and it's a lot of fun.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
What's with the how does y'all's license fall as far as the shrimping part of it goes? Are you?
That's a tricky one there.
Yeah.
Can we talk about it?
Oh, yeah.
We talked about it
It's
earlier.
perfect
Okay.
fun. Yeah. We are allowed to drag in that channel. We're not allowed to drag anywhere else. My boat can go, technically by Coast Guard standard, I could go all the way to Ship Island in that boat, and it's legal.
Okay.
But that'd never happen, by the way.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
where it's legal.
Yeah.
Right.
But the shrimping trip can only shrimp inside Biloxi Channel, basically from Hard Rock.
To the Beau Rivage.
Not from Golden Nugget all the way to the Beau Rivage. It's about the general area where I can shrimp. I have to take everything I catch and throw over. Everything. If
Shrimp included?
All of it.
If I got 1620s, if I got U8s on that boat, it's got to go over. If I on occasion, sometimes I'll catch 2-3 dozen crab in a drag.
Yeah.
I mean, just out of nowhere, when I come, it take forever to get them out. I got through every single one of them over. It just is
tough.
If you catch that flounder like that,
That's tough.
it's got to
Gotta
go
go back
over. It's
over.
got to go over. It's
Yeah.
it's
I
gotta
get
go over.
if they're alive. I mean, that's still tough no matter what.
Oh,
but
it's tough.
but if it's alive, okay, because sometimes them shrimp are dead, sometimes they're not.
Dolphins gonna eat them.
Yeah, and that's true. That's true. Y'all see a lot, I'm sure.
Well,
huh?
There's another way of looking at it. When it's shrimping season, they're $3-4 a pound across the dock.
Yeah, which is that's a good deal.
Yeah. If I got one passenger, $30, I can go buy 10 pounds. No big deal. There's no sense in having the attention or anything. Just throw them back.
Yeah.
Most of the shrimp I'm catching, they usually at the best 30-40. Sometimes I am catching some jumbos, but usually they're 30-40s. I'm a 16-20 kind of guy.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it
Little
is
fryers.
Yeah.
Like the little fryer.
Just throw them back, and
Let them grow.
if I go fishing, I go buy from Danny Patello or Mr. Pat, either one of them. I'll kind of rotate which one I go buy from, and I make sure I got my receipts and make sure everything's good, and just go from there. That's just the best way to do.
So
that.
you're basically show and tell. When you dump that box, you show it to all the people that are on there, and then you sweep them right off the dock.
They're all toast, but we kick them over.
Yeah. And that's when you get the dolphin tour.
Well, I was going to say that, you mentioned that.
Well,
it's like, is that part of it?
Well,
I mean, you can't
probably
guarantee it.
Probably 50% of the time we have dolphin.
Yeah.
And look, when I got dolphin on that boat, I could be speaking Greek and
Nobody's
cares
listening.
about
Nobody
that. They
cares.
could care less. We keep on rolling because you got that one person that's paying attention, but otherwise everybody's oohing and eyeing.
Yeah.
And, you can't beat a dolphin, man. It is
No,
what it is.
That's majestic.
You can't take it personal. It is what it is.
Right.
Nobody cares. There's dolphins.
Yeah, you're never going to upstage the dolphin.
It's like, why is that guy talking?
Right. Right. It's like, I got to keep going. But yeah, and that's another added layer of it too. So that's a good thing,
Yeah, it's really cool. And we try our best to work with some of the other nonprofits around. Have y'all ever heard of Mississippi Commercial Fisheries United?
I haven't heard of that one. No.
Okay, they work on the commercial side. The way I feel is I'm representing not representing, but I'm trying to let the general public know what the commercial fishermen go by. I'm giving you a demonstration
Right.
with the guys that's going dragging, not the guys that's going sport fishing, but
Correct.
I'm
The
showing
workers.
I'm showing you what they do.
Mhm.
And when we go out there and do our thing, we try to show, hey, this is what's going on with the guys. They're going through this. They're having this issue. Like right now, one of the biggest things they have on them is bycatch. Yeah, they get a little pressure about bycatch right now
Okay.
through NOAA and this and that and all that. Since I've got kind of involved with them a little bit, they have a derelict crab trap program.
Mhm.
They also have a trash program. And right now, Ryan Bradley is the person that is their like CEO. He's been going around trying to get folks to that are commercial fishing to sign up. But I am getting paid right now. When I catch a crab trap, I pull it to the side. It's roughly $5 a crab trap. We're part of a program that's helping cleaning the water up. And I just find it really, really fascinating.
Now, this is something that lost its buoy. It's not where it's supposed to be. Is that what you're talking about? Okay.
Yeah. It's a derelict crab trap, and it's really cool that Mississippi Commercial Fisheries United
It's paying to have that.
Yeah.
Well, they write grants, they hit them, and they administer it to the for the commercial fishermen to be a part of. So anyone that's a commercial fisherman or has like a shrimping license, I qualify because I drag a net.
Okay.
If I catch trash, I keep it to the side. I go turn it into Ryan, and before you know it, we actually get paid for it. It's not a lot of money, but it's part of cleaning up. And
Absolutely.
I just find it really, really cool that we got commercial fishing groups out there that do really, really, really cool things. They're part of a lot of different grants out there that's trying to help and try to promote and try to take their product and market it and get it out there. And then not only that, they're cleaning up the environment. So when we're part of the trip, tied in what we do, if we catch trash, we're able to tell the general public, hey, this is, you got this perception that fisherman's out there polluting. He's out there pumping diesel fuel in the water. He's doing this.
Not
He's
at this price.
Yeah. But, you get what I'm getting at.
Right.
They're out there doing what they got to do to help the environment and get the
Yeah,
environment better.
That's your livelihood.
Right.
Yeah. So we try to tie that into our trip, showing, hey, because every now and then we get that person that might be from California, that person that might be from Vermont or something.
The tree huggers.
You said it, baby.
Yeah.
And they'll try to pin me on the trip, saying, hey, I'll be like, oh, wow, did you see that I had next to our fence line that's right there for pickup? We help clean the environment. We're out here trying to do this. We're trying to do that. So anytime we're part of one of the programs with them, we try to tie it into the trip to let people know what we're up to.
Got to.
Yeah.
Is this an electrical boat?
Yeah, right.
Is this a hybrid boat? I don't want to go if it's not a hybrid boat.
Maybe Ron could get me one of those. That'd be kind of cool. Turn the sailfish into electric.
Yeah,
So,
don't do that.
Do you still have to follow the regular shrimping season?
No.
Okay. So that's what I figured.
I can shrimp year round. I just got to throw it overboard. But I choose to go up on the shipyard every December. We get Coast Guard certified.
Okay.
They go do their inspections. I try to be back rolling by middle part of February.
Okay.
We start fishing March 1st.
Okay.
Yeah. That's how
you get a lot of guys reaching out like, hey, what's it looking like in the channel? What you picking up? Anything like that? Just like all the bait boats.
I'm sure all the bait boats has got your number.
Well, they already watch me, but I'm waiting. I'm waiting for a couple of phone calls from boys from Louisiana. Call me every year. Every year they'll call me. How's it looking?
Yeah,
because they want, and they ask my wife because she's the one that answers the phone. She goes, I don't know, I ain't on a boat. I don't know.
Right.
They'll end up she'll give him my cell number, and we'll chit chat a little bit.
So you kind of the lookout.
Oh yeah,
the inshore lookout.
He's the canary in the coal mine.
They got to come through.
Yeah, he's the canary. What you wouldn't happen to know Peanut Kilpatrick, would you?
No, not much.
Well, he's got. I wanted to make sure. He said he got a comment. He says, how about some stories about the old girl strictly business? I don't know if that's a loaded question or not, but
Peanut was my deckhand, and that's dirty.
Is it dirty? Yeah. Okay. So we'll just leave it at that.
No, Peanut and I fished a long time. He
was
one of my first deckhands. Unbelievable fisherman. He's out there knocking down, selling some concrete, doing what he's got to do. He got away from what's his hat say? The charter trash.
Charter trash, baby.
Peanut was part of that. But yeah, we back in the day, me and Peanut used to upset a few people. We would go out to the rigs when everybody else was staying a little closer.
Yeah.
And we'll see what Peanut comments on that one there. But yeah, we'd go back out in the day. It was the 990 rig, and we'd go sit there and we'd hammer them kingfish, rock and roll. We'd get a limit. We'd come back. And sometimes people wouldn't have as much.
They'd be a little jealous. Huh?
Yeah.
Hey,
they call it fishing, not catching.
Right. That's right.
That's how it goes.
That's right.
So explain a trip. So if we want to book it, and say we got 10 people as a minimum, or how was that? Yeah, 10 people
on the trout trip.
On the shrimp trip.
Yeah, shrimp trip.
No, actually, a shrimp trip. We like to leave with at least 4 people. It is what it is. That's a tourist trip. When I got tourist crowd, it's kind of, I'll be honest with you, I kind of judge the weather.
Yeah.
If the weather's
it's light
really bad,
and you ain't going.
Yeah.
It's storming, you're not going.
But usually we don't really have trouble having 4 or 5 people at the dock.
Yeah.
And when life's good, we got 20, we got 30, we got 40 on there. The shrimp trip is pretty steady. She does pretty good.
And inside Deer Island, you usually don't have to worry about seas.
Yes.
You usually should be pretty good. Yeah,
right.
That's the big thing. I always tell people, you don't want a tourist trip out in open water.
No.
You get someone that's never been on the water. They don't want to get rocking and rolling and get splished sideways.
Yeah.
Things like that.
You got to get an introduction before you get into the craziness.
Exactly.
It's not fun.
Typically, the lowest I ever go is 4 or 5 people.
So 4 people, we show up at the small craft harbor?
Yeah, show up at the small craft harbor. And basically the easiest way to do is do online booking. Book it and you're done. We've been going to an online log. When you get on our online booking, you can fill out all your parameters, name of the person, how old you are, and all that. And that helps me out with the Coast Guard stuff.
Right.
And then I'm sure you got to do like a safety briefing when they get on.
Yeah.
Do you bring snacks, food, drinks? How does that work?
We got potato chips. We got everything. We got beer. We got water, soda pop, whatever you need. We got it. We're good to go. No hot dog stand, nothing like that. Though.
Now, is that for purchase or is that with the trip?
That's for purchase.
Okay. If we wanted to bring food on, is that or how's that work?
The only thing we don't allow anyone bring is any booze because we got a liquor permit and we sell beer on board.
Okay.
So we got cold beer for sale, and that's it. We don't have anything hard on there, but we got beer. And but if someone brought food, we don't care. Bring it on.
So you bring water, pack a lunch, jump on, and then you start. I guess you and a deckhand. I'm sure there's a captain running and talking, and there's a deckhand peeling.
Yeah, we got 2 folks on board, captain, person doing the tour.
Okay, so the captain's just driving. The deckhand's doing the tour.
Captain, well, we swap it up a little bit. Yeah, especially in the heat, we try to swap it up. When it gets hot, we double team it. But at the end of the day, right at 10:30, or right at 1:30, right at 3:30, she's going down the channel. We're doing our thing.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's a good day. That's a good day.
And so you got a double deck. There, I'm guessing the middle deck's going to be the coolest. The lower deck's going to be the coolest.
Yeah, all day long. I will say this: anybody that comes out, locals, it won't bother us so bad. But every now and then, we get people from out of town. They go upstairs and they can't handle the heat.
Oh yeah,
and we'll stereotype folks and say, hey, it might be a good idea for you to go downstairs. We don't like to board early. We try to board about 5-10 minutes prior to the trip. Just for the fact you start packing people in the boat, they get hot. They don't have any ventilation, so we start getting rolling. Yeah. So we try to board people last minute, put them on the boat, and rock and roll, do our thing.
We got to talk about the trout trip though, because we mentioned it. And so what does that look like? Same situation? Can you keep that catch, or does that got to go back to?
No, the trout trip's hook and line. Anything I catch hook and line, we can keep.
Okay.
And we do pretty well with it. When we start rocking and rolling and doing it really good, we averaging about 10, 15, 20 fish a person.
Yeah.
And we stack 20 people on the boat.
Right. So that's a pile of.
So
that's a pile of fish.
Is that the video that you sent me? I could play that right now.
Sure.
That's part of a trout trip? Is
that
right?
That was a trout trip. Yep.
Okay. Let's see. It's 7 seconds.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Okay, that was quick, but so that looks like a good time. I mean,
but you're mainly targeting.
There you go. That's it over there.
Yeah, mainly targeting white trout, ground mullet, croaker.
We're a white trout ground mullet trip all day long.
Ain't nothing wrong with that either.
That's what we're doing.
That's fun.
Well, we were talking about Mr. Donnie Handler.
Yeah,
not long ago. He brings several people a year all the time. His workout group always comes with us. We get a lot of local folks that just want to come and hang out and have somebody else do the dirty work for them.
There you go.
I mean, it's a good time. There, no doubt about it. A lot of times people want to catch the trout and they're passing them up. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
No. We've talked about that a few
I've
times.
done it a
on the
bunch of
show.
times.
Everybody's hauling butt going here,
Yeah.
going there, and it's like
Going south and they're right
yeah,
there.
it's like, what about the bridge right here?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
structure. I mean,
Yeah.
why are they
So-
not there?
I'm guessing you have to bring your own fishing license. You have to get it on.
No,
So
no.
you cover that?
Yeah, everything's on board. We bring the shrimp, we bring the squid, we bring you got your rod, reel, tackle.
Yeah. As
everything.
far as a fishing license, you have to
we cover it.
cover.
Dang.
Okay.
Okay. That's for
yeah.
residents too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I have a charter license with the state of Mississippi, so anybody that hops on board's covered.
Okay.
Cover
Yeah.
for that day. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
And that's a lot of wiggle room on that boat to fish, right? I mean,
Oh,
you
yeah.
ain't crowded up, you know.
No. We the only time it gets a little hairy when you got 20 people on board is if there's a hard current because
Right.
Oh,
lines
yeah,
are
lines
pulling
are
back.
going everywhere.
Lines are
So
pulling
what-
back.
I'm
It is
guessing
what it is.
y'all stop and cast. You don't anchor. Do you anchor?
Well, what ends up happening is that boat's got some size to it compared to most people that's trying to catch a trout.
Right.
When you're 40 foot long and 13, 14 foot wide, you basically throwing some shade underneath that boat.
Mhm.
And
So they're coming up to you.
They
Yeah.
get right under the boat. All you got to do is drop it down. Anybody that's casting out, they're not catching.
So y'all-
people dropping it down.
Y'all just in the middle of the channel, just floating, and then they're right underneath y'all,
That's right. That's
like
right.
fish in a barrel.
Yeah. When they
Seems like way better way to do
Yeah.
it.
yeah. Unfortunately, some of them guys. Yeah, I know y'all see them when you go in the morning, pass right there by the loop on 90. You'll see a bunch of little bitty boats piled up.
Oh yeah,
If we pull up an anchor, they
Right by
Oh man.
throw it into the shadows.
yeah, you'll see them picking up their anchor leaving as soon as we anchor.
Yeah. That's funny. That's funny.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
But people have a good time though, and that's another way to showcase what we got down here and let people check it out. I would assume it's the same type of mix on those tours as well.
Yeah. Actually, one of the things I love doing is when we clean them up, we like telling people, several restaurants do the cook to catch now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, McElroy's does a cook and catch, and also we love sending people over to the filling station.
Mm-hmm.
And bottom line, you go get your two sides, you get some fresh white trout. As
There
y'all
ain't
know,
nothing better.
There ain't nothing
No.
better, but it ain't nothing but potato chips, man. That's
Dude,
good stuff right there.
You get a quart bag of a dag white trout
Yep.
with some white bread, maybe
Yep.
a little mayonnaise and some ketchup. Hang it up.
We need to go
Fresh
right
caught
now.
that day. You ain't lying. You ain't lying. But so I think we touched on it, man. Like I said, I didn't realize y'all did the trout stuff, so that's
No.
really cool.
Yeah.
And I'm just glad to have people out there experiencing that. I think it's a great thing.
Are y'all working with? I'm sure the city of Biloxi works with y'all in some of their tours to get that involved.
Or the tourism.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we work with Coastal Mississippi.
Yeah.
Pretty good bit.
Yeah.
City of Biloxi has referred us a bunch of people. Vincent Krill just retired not long ago, and he was a big advocate of what we do. He had always would send people down, and of course, our local tourism sends writers down and gives us leads about those group tours that we were talking about and things like that. So, as a community, when it comes to getting business, I will say we all try to do what we got to do.
Yeah. And y'all are scratching the charter boat guys' backs some down there with y'all too, right? Y'all are referring business out.
We have one thing we didn't speak about is Sheila does do book for us, but she also tries to book some of the other charter guys and get them out, And over the past 2 weeks, 3 weeks, she's had a couple group charters sent out that she had a couple companies where it was for the offshore guys going out. And this year we haven't really promoted it hard in the past couple of years because kind of COVID slowed down a lot of that stuff. But we're trying to get our piece together trips back up to go running. I'm not quite sure what the pricing is going to be for someone to go out individually on a 4-hour trip or 6-hour trip with some of our regular guys. We used to do it for $135. I know the numbers ain't going to work there right now.
No,
because
Fuel.
Because the guys had to go up on their prices. I
Yeah.
think it's going to be more like $155 a person for someone that wants to go offshore. And y'all know when them redfish get out
Looking
there.
to check in and escape for a while? There's
sorry. I clicked the wrong button. Sorry about that. Keep going.
But I'm pretty sure that's about what the number's going to be. Sheila is putting trips together now for different people at Small Craft Harbor. Also Point Cadet. Anybody that's in the trip in the business that's wanting to work with her,
Reach out.
Now, one thing about it, I asked the charter guys if they want to do a little better with this. Anytime they got that single person that's price shopping, they by themselves, send that person to Sheila and she can organize them. I mean, as you well know, you said she returns that phone call. She gets people back.
Well, she grinds.
I mean, it's about networking and everybody working together to get that trip out. And I think we can put a lot of trips together this year and get these boys running a lot more than what they already are.
Yeah,
that's it.
And that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
When I know there's 3 people sitting in a hopper, I get on that shrimping trip when there's 30 people on it and announce to people, hey, guys.
Yeah, anybody out there?
I need 2 more people. I need 3 more people. I need this. We need 1 more person. We got a trip tomorrow. And before you know it, we get more people out there. So kind of like what y'all were saying earlier, it's about all of us working together.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I agree.
Heck yeah.
Where do you see the shrimp tour going in the future from here on out?
What's that again?
Where you see it going in the future?
What, shrimping trip?
Yeah. Obviously, you just put a big investment on the boat, right?
Where you see it going?
You ain't giving
I
it
need
up.
to pay for some Cypress.
Yeah. Think this summer's going to be a good one?
Yeah. We hit February off with a bang.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was really, really great. We did incredible for our February. And then right here recently, the weather kind of fooled with us.
Winds were blowing.
At the end of the day, the weather kind of fooled with us. It
Right.
slowed us down, but we were really hitting it hard all the way to the middle part of March, and it kind of slowed down a little bit just because of wind or rain or whatever it may be. And now we done with spring breaks and all that stuff. So now it's time for us to get this little slack time in. We'll have our school groups come through, and come summertime, I'm expecting a good summer. If our summer is anything like what spring was,
be rocking and rolling.
we're going to be good, guys.
We're good. Well, we wish you nothing but the best.
Yeah.
And we're very excited.
Where do we need to go to get in touch with Sheila? Or you got websites for both the businesses?
Sure. It's Biloxi Shrimping Trip.com. And I believe you can check that one out for me so I don't mess up, you know.
Yeah. No, on your Facebook page there, you can go. So just look up Biloxi Shrimping Trip.
That's on Facebook. Yeah.
You can find it there, and then BiloxiShrimpingTrip.com if you want to go straight to the website. But the website is also linked on the Facebook page. So
hey, can you register for the fishing trip?
Yes.
So it's all on one.
On the .com. I did click on that today, and like you say, there's a book now tab, and it takes you right to where you need to go. I saw the $30.
Schools, they do the same thing, or do they get in touch with Sheila?
With schools, you call my wife directly.
Okay.
Brandy Moore.
Okay.
You get in touch with Brandy. Just give an email on our website, and she handles our groups.
There it is.
Yeah, we kind of got it separated. Sheila handles fishing. Jen is our marketing girl, helping us with the social media. My wife handles group travel.
Okay.
And she carries the money.
She carries all of it, baby. It is what it is, man.
We ain't got no money either. That's the same thing.
Anybody knows me. If I was the one handling it, we'd be broke. So just let her do it. You know, it is what it is. Before we get off board, you tell Peanut Kilpatrick to get in touch with me. It's time for me and him to have a cold beer.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Well, Peanut, if you're still listening in, man, you heard it right there.
And you could be in the market for a couple captains, maybe some deckhands, huh? If anybody's listening.
I'm telling you right now, we need captains, we need deckhands. Please give us an email, and without a doubt, our fishing trip. One of the reasons why I'm not taking a lot of fishing trips right now, you know, sometimes you get tired. You're like, hey, give me Wednesday off, give me Thursday off.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I need backup.
Need a captain.
Need backup, you know, and it is what it is. So,
well, if anybody's out there listening, I know Angie's in the comments right now talking with, I'm assuming, whoever runs your Facebook page.
Yeah.
So you know, if you're listening to this on the audio or the live or whatever, you looking for some work as a captain.
There it is. Got to have 100 ton, though, right?
Got to have at least 25.
Yeah. Got to have a 25 ton mate. So
okay.
At least you got it.
There you go. Yeah. Well, look, we appreciate you stopping by and hanging out with us this evening. It's a staple of the Gulf Coast there, what you're running. So I didn't know that many families had owned it. So that's cool. I like learning stuff every now and then.
I want to give y'all an invite. If we have a trout trip.
Okay.
And y'all, I know y'all do your mobile thing. It won't be as elaborate as this. I'd love for y'all to come on the trout trip.
We'll film it.
Yeah, we'll film it. We don't have to be live. We can record it. And we did it with USM, and it turned out really well.
Yeah, bring the kids out there, let them yank some.
Come fishing with us. When it's crazy. A lot of times, what I'll do is I'll answer my emails in the morning. Normally, I go to a coffee shop in the morning, or I'm fishing in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And when I'm fishing, the first hour or so, I'm downstairs doing a little maintenance, and I'll pop my phone up, start answering a couple of emails. And I know if we're catching fish just by watching the white bellies go up. I can see them coming up. I'm like,
Dude,
oh, they're gonna go out to clean. Oh,
Yeah, I got to clean 100 white trout today.
Yeah, but that's a good thing.
Yeah, it's a good thing. But I would love for y'all to come when times are great, so y'all can see what it's all about.
Oh, that would be great. Yeah, like I said, we'll bring the GoPros out there.
Yeah,
and
we'll bring the kids, let them catch as many white trout as y'all want to
Let
clean.
it go, bub. Let it go.
Well, we appreciate it, and thanks everybody on the live. All the comments that came through, we appreciate that. Everybody listening on the replay. So
Yep.
we'll see y'all on the next.